live.
You're now watching two old farts making noises.
And there she is. There she is, the
There's the
Noosh.
Noosh.
Good morning, everybody. My goodness, I love this little commercial that you put together, David, both next to each other. It's always makes me laugh. I'm such a clown.
It's amazing. This is her show, and today before the show, she said, "I'm very composed. I'm very relaxed today."
Yeah, I knew.
So,
Well, that's it. That's it. I'm not. I'll try to bring it back as much as I can.
Noosh, who do we need to kill? Let us know. We'll take
Who
care
do
of
we
it.
need to kill?
To get you back to you. So
Oh. No, but that's the
maybe
beauty of me. I always told people that I feel like a very well self-medicated schizophrenic because I have so many me's inside of me, myself, and I.
Wow, that's just I could take that to so many places, but I won't. Anyway,
I just wondered if somebody had kidnapped the cuckoo clock.
No, not yet. No, the cuckoo clock. The cuckoo clock. She stopped cuckooing again. And on the night that the cuckoo clock stopped cuckooing, I heard my first owl while I was falling asleep, doing a nice little woo woo. So we have a real cuckoo who replaced my cuckoo clock, which is, so fitting.
Well, we're
So how are
glad
you
everything's
doing today?
We're
Happy
doing
March,
good.
everybody! Happy March! This is the month
Happy
of
March.
Happy
This is
March.
our-
But no puppets today, Noosh, and no hat today. So you're slipping.
What do you mean no puppets? They're right here.
You got puppets right there.
They're right here. Hello.
Oh.
Sad. Don't be sad. You're like they think that you don't see them now. That's me.
I see them. I saw them. David's wearing his not prescription glasses. He's reading his magnifying glasses. So there's a difference.
Yeah, that's what it is. But
David,
then
you're slipping.
You need to put them a little bit closer to the camera so all your fans can see the puppets. Because
well, I think that by next week I'm gonna have a little bit for you with them because they've
a little
been
Noosh bit.
a little Noosh bit. I realized that dragons hibernate. I did not know that.
Okay.
So now they're slowly coming back to some motion. So you will have a little dragon Noosh bit next week.
Nice. Very nice.
Okay.
Yes.
And these are just all along the American-Canadian border. There's lots of dragons. Have I missed that somewhere?
Oh, they do? Huh.
Yeah,
well,
is that where you've
got right Shocker. Is that my first blonde moment of the day? Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Do you boys, do you like the smell of old books?
Yes.
Isn't it so nice. Oh, this tiny one smells like how does it smell like?
Like an old book? It smells like an old book.
No, it smells like a bush of something. Stephen, hold your horses. Hold your horses. A holly. It smells like a bush of holly.
Oh, a bush of
Very
holly.
nice.
Okay, I know holly. And she smells wonderful.
You say as opposed to Holly's bush, then. But there you go.
It's a holly bush.
I've said it now.
A holy bush with a holly bush. Let's see. It's an Italian little book. Let's see how we say holly in Italiano. Holly.
Okay.
Agrifoglio. So it smells like a bush of agrifoglio. Very nice, Italians.
It smells like holly.
What are we doing today?
You tell us. This is your show. We're here. We're here just as we're like John. You're Johnny Carson. We're like the Ed McMahons. We're here as your sidekicks. So whatever you need.
Today we will be starting with the Book of Colors, as always.
What color will we be doing today?
Well, it's spring. I'm really trying to manifest spring up here, even though, there's still snow on the ground. So let us manifest spring with some green. Spring and money for you, Stephen. Let's do both. So we can choose from verdigris, absinthe, emerald, Kelly green, skills green, terre verte, avocado, or celadon. Celadon. So you boys
Yeah.
pick one.
What do you like,
We've
David?
we've had Holly's bush, so I think we better go for Kelly's green now.
Yeah, I like it.
Sounds well. That sounds really appropriate. Let's see what Kelly has for us in store today. Oh, it is a beautiful green. I don't know if you can see on the screen.
Oh, very pretty.
Oh,
You don't see green like that
It's
everywhere.
a little
a green
lighter.
screen.
Do you know who else is? Do you know who else is green? Kermit the Frog. Yeah, he's green.
Yes, the frog. Oh wait,
He's,
where you see that? Where's my phone? Oh, I'm gonna show you a drawing. So
Okay.
my man draws me. He wakes me up every morning. I think I told you that. So I asked him to learn French for me, and I gave him as assignment to translate one page of that book a day. La vie en rose mode d'emploi. It's a very easy, format. There's 5 little sentences to better your life and have the life like French happy la vie en rose. And he started by translating, but very, very quickly it transformed into him illustrating. And from illustrating more and more, I did not realize that he stopped completely translating anything. And then it merged into just drawings I would receive every morning, which was so sweet. I completely did not see that he aborted the mission and did not learn any French. But
Noosh,
I know. That was so sneaky. So sneaky.
Can I just ask you because I missed his name. So who are we referring to now?
Michael. I'm sorry. Yes, Michael.
Okay.
Mika.
Okay.
Mika for the Frenchies, and he drew me the other day something with a frog. So let me see for you.
Look at the...
Right here. It starts with a little sail. And then here he is at the end holding the 2 twin balloons because I want twins. And him like the frog with the little crown as my little prince.
As Kermit the Frog would say, that's awesome. Yeah.
Is that sweet?
Did you ever hear about Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy?
Oh my God! Of course, we used to have her start.
No! Did you hear that? Did you hear what happened the other day?
You don't want to hear this one.
I'm gonna. So Miss Piggy and Kermit are together, and Miss Piggy is giving. Miss Piggy's giving Kermit a little oral, and the phone rings and Kermit picks up the phone and he says, "Hello," and the guy on the phone says, "May I speak to Miss Piggy?" And Kermit says, "She can't come to the phone right now. She's got a frog in her throat." So, just saying. So, true story. I talked to Kermit. He told it to me. So it's got to be true.
Is that an expression, having a frog in your throat?
No, I think
a little tickle.
Yeah,
I guess it's a little tickle. She got a little tickle in her throat. Correct.
I think we have that in French. J'ai un. Oh no, in French we say when we have a little something, we say that we have a cat in our throat.
Really?
No,
right?
no.
Yeah.
She knows where I was going to go with that, but I'll be polite.
Easier. Let's continue with Kelly. Kelly is ready.
Oh, I can't wait. We already had Holly. Now let's go to Kelly. I like it. It's like a mange a trois today. I'm very excited.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
That's the only French I know.
Steven is on fire this month. I can't wait for July.
So can I.
Oh God. All right, Kelly Green.
Yes.
It is well known that the only people more proud of their Irish heritage than the Irish are the Americans of Irish descent. New York's St. Patrick's Day Parade, for example, proudly traces its lineage all the way back to March 17, 1762. 14 years before the White House dyes the waters of its fountain the color of mulched leaves, hundreds of thousands gathered to celebrate Ireland by drinking Guinness, wearing green, and trying out their rusty Irish accent. I don't know anything. Oh, yeah, I don't know Irish accents yet. You boys might need to indulge me at the end. Okay. By contrast, Kelly Green, one name given to the spring grass colors so many wear on St. Patrick's Day, is a rather recent invention. Just so you know, I'm totally losing my English, so this is going to be interesting. Emerging only at the beginning of the 20th century. Most people would, if asked, say the connection between the Irish and Kelly Green has to do with St. Patrick. Everything known about the saint comes from the man himself. During his lifetime in the 5th century, he wrote his Confessio, an account of his life in Latin, the first text written in Ireland to have survived. It begins simply, "My name is Patrick. I am a sinner, a simple country person, and the
Wow.
least of all believers, and the least of all believers." Oh, his first acquaintance with the country of which he is now patron saint was not a happy one. He was born to a relatively wealthy Christian family in a place named Benavem Tubernier, which was probably in England, although no one is quite sure, and was brought to Ireland as a slave after being captured by Irish raiders. In, a- in all, he spent 6 years as a captive tending sheep, after which he escaped, returning home, and became a priest. Clearly, he did not bear Ireland any ill will, because he soon returned as a missionary, converting much of the population. Well, there you go. Most
Hmm.
famously using as a shamrock to explain the idea of the Trinity. But shamrock has four things. Oh no, that's the lucky shamrock. All right, forget it.
Right.
He
The
died.
four-leaf clover.
Yeah, isn't that a shamrock?
Yeah,
Look.
it could be. It depends how drunk you are. It could be whatever you want.
Oh, that's right. No, I did. I made a mistake last year. I made a window for St. Patrick's Day, and instead of doing 3 leaves, I made 4 leaves. 4 leaves. So it was a lucky St. Patrick's window. All right. He died sometime in the late 5th century. Yes, and was being celebrated as a saint by the 7th.
Ooh.
Strangely, though, the color he was most associated with until the middle of the 18th century was a shade of blue.
Hmm.
The shift in Irish loyalty from St. Patrick's blue to green is convoluted, responding to what they perceived as the anti Catholic bias of William of Orange and the orange wearing Protestants. Catholics wanted a symbolic color of their own. By this time, the saint's lesson of the shamrock had become increasingly central to Irish Catholic identity. At the same time, green had become associated with a revolution when, on July 12, 1789, a young lawyer called Camille Desmoulins picked up a linden leaf in the middle of haranguing a Parisian crowd, stuck it in its hat, and invited patriots to do the same. Soon enough, the linden leaf had become a green cockade, and it might have been adopted as the symbol of the French Revolution,
Ooh.
had it not been remembered at the last minute that it was the color of the livery of the detested Count of Artois, Louis XVI's younger brother. By July 14th, the green cockade had been eclipsed by the tricolor. Tricolor? Well, three colors.
Tricolor.
Thank
Tricolor.
you. Nevertheless, a green flag, sometimes bearing a golden harp, became the symbol of the fiery Irish Home Rule movement, which sought independence from Britain. In a deliberate snub, when the Prince of Wales visited Ireland in the spring of 1885, a green flag vied for space with the Union Jack. In the end, the Irish decided to follow the French once more in an adoption of a tricolor flag. The green symbolized by the Catholic nationalists, orange the Protestants, and white the peace it was hoped would reign between them.
Oh, that's really nice. And you know, when you talked about that color, that reminds me of that the little boy blue. Yeah, he needed the money, but that was a beautiful painting. So I'm just saying, yeah.
Which
So
one?
little boy blue.
Painted by who?
I
Whom?
don't know. I have no idea. That was
Well,
just a
that
good
He
is
thing to
just
not
read
point
it.
helpful, Stephen.
He read it in a book or saw a movie somewhere, probably.
Yeah,
The little
no.
boy
Anyways,
blue.
little boy blue. Yeah, he needed the money. Anyway, so no, that was very interesting about Kelly Green and the tricolor. And then
Exactly.
apparently,
And it's very fitting. Isn't St. Patrick's this month?
I think St. Patrick's is in the middle of the month. Yeah, when everybody
Well,
gets drunk, it's on the 17th, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh God, I remember the first time was I working in the city? I think I was, because was never that big. It was never a big holiday in wherever I grew up, at least.
Right.
Oh, I
In
don't
New York
remember. I
City,
never
in New York
really
City,
liked
it's
beer, but New
huge.
York City, oh my God,
Oh
it was
yeah.
so huge. I was working at the fashion district, and I got there a little bit late that morning. It was around 9:30, and everybody was already drunk in the streets and infused with beer. It smelled horrible. Oh God, no, beer day is not my day. I
Yeah.
take the day off that day.
I agree with you. So
But I
I'm
did
in
make
that
a
as well.
beautiful window last year. I made one big mug of beer with a
Nice.
foamy cloud and beautiful soap bubbles and hemlock. Well, the things that have 4 leaves instead of 3.
A 4-leaf clover.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Yes, so
shamrock.
I don't know if anybody noticed, but the
I,
guy
you
who
know what?
hired me to
It's
do it.
okay. Well, if you do it this year, take pictures, and what we'll do is we'll put it here on your show, and then a whole world will notice.
Oh, I have
Mhm.
pictures of it from last year. I can just show you that. I don't know if I'm going to do the window again this year. I
So,
might
so
do.
where
Oh,
would be the
well,
where would be the biggest celebration then in the US? In Boston? I thought it was a big Irish community, or New York.
I think
oh,
they're equal.
you think
Yeah.
they're equal,
Okay.
Boston and New York?
Well, the problem is that people in America are stupid. They'll use any occasion, New Year's, whatever, to get drunk and
To
be
get drunk?
stupid. So they don't, you know what I mean, or Friday night.
That's in
So
that's in
Exactly. I was
every
about to say
every
they have
it's in
every
every
weekend.
right,
country,
right,
the same, Steve. So
right. So in New York, there's a big Irish population. So yes, but I think Boston may outdo it. I know being from New York, we don't want to hear that, but I think they may outdo it. I've not been to Boston for St. Patrick's Day. Living in New York for St. Patrick's Day is always an event. It's like
Hmm.
New Year's Eve on in New York City. So it's truly an event.
Mm.
So,
okay.
but yeah, this actually I think on the 16th through the 19th, I'm in Chicago. So when we do the show on the 19th, I will be in Chicago. On the 17th that morning, I think that's St. Patrick's Day. So I'll let you know how Chicago fares for St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we dress up? I mean, okay, I won't be
I'm
celebrating
gonna
too much,
just
but
paint
we can all
myself.
dress up. We can all dress up in green.
I'm gonna paint
Oh,
myself green.
oh
All of
my
me. That's
God.
all. I'm just gonna wear body paint that day.
I like it. You look like the lizard man at last.
There
You
you
who
go.
speak
Finally, the
about them
lizard
so
people.
often.
That's right. Finally,
Yeah,
the
Finally
lizard
yeah.
be one
people.
of them.
Yay!
We're still waiting for your neighbour to come and tell us about the lizard people. Is he not?
He told me a few weeks ago when I went back. He has this amazing machine. I'm
Time
gonna need
machine.
to find the name of it. I mean, it's. Can I explain it? No, I'm gonna sound very blonde if I try to explain it. I'm gonna look it up and then I'll
Okay.
come back with it. But last time I went to do a session at his place, he told me that he's gonna take a little winter time by himself. He likes to retire in his own little spiritual world. So he is not available at the moment, but you can leave him a message.
Well, at some point, hopefully, he will come on the show and he'll be able to talk about
Yeah.
Oh, he
UFOs and
will.
lizard
And the
people.
other guy, the artist, he's very, very busy.
Okay,
I will get him eventually, but most
Yeah.
no
likely next
worries.
week we're gonna get my sing mate
Nice,
and trumpet mate
nice.
Tessa
It's ve-
Orlick.
it never ceases to amaze me how all these extremely poor artists are all too busy to come and promote themselves. You know. Just
Well, I mean,
saying.
no, he's
It's
he's
like,
doing very no, he's doing very, very well. That's why he's busy.
right.
So no, we don't have.
Now,
So
will your
We have a lot of
bandmates?
successful artists in that area. There's much more starving artists in New York City than there is upstate here.
I was
Trust
gonna
me.
say upstate there, they're like they have a real craft and people like it and appreciate it more. New York
Mm,
City, everybody's a dime a dozen, so it doesn't matter about anything. But
mm.
next week, will your bandmates actually be able to get up this early and be able to perform?
Oh no, absolutely. We're gonna
Okay.
start a new routine. So we ride by a sculpture park that has a beautiful hill with interesting metal sculptures. So every morning or every other morning we'll be
Right.
waking up together, meditating together, then go on the top of
Wow.
the hill, do a little tai chi while the sun kisses our faces and start our day. So yes, she will be waking up early. It's not that
Nice.
early 9 o'clock, by the way, to be on the show at
I'm
9.
aware. I've
It's
been
not
up since
that
4:30. I'm just asking. So now, will there be two of you or three of you? I mean, because I saw the video, there looked like there was a guy playing a
yes.
guitar, and then there was you two singing. So will we have three of you? Will it be a trio, or are
I
you going
mean
to break
we
up the summer
could.
into smaller groups?
We could do that, but so then if
Yeah.
I want to play, I'm gonna need to do a little bit of a different setup because playing on those delicious couches of mine is gonna be a little tricky. But I'll figure something out.
And
I'll
you know,
figure-
we can also, your guitar player can play wherever he is, and he can just.
Oh my
Come
God,
in.
that's right. We can do it
I
with
know.
Zoom. I keep
Yeah.
forgetting that this
Well,
is a
no,
whole
StreamYard. We're on StreamYard,
structure.
not Zoom. Yes, yes. We are
Yeah.
high tech here. We can bring people in as long as
We
you
are
two
high
can
tech
hear them.
here.
Yeah. There you
Okay,
go.
I put this curtain that is absolutely useless. I put it up for the sun, but I put it
Right.
up because it was really pretty, and it's shiny and glimmery, but it's completely transparent, so it's has no purpose besides being beautiful outside my window. I'm gonna need to figure out something for the
Ah,
spring
but,
summer because
Summer
that's why I put
solstice.
my face like this so I don't get burned too much.
God forbid.
God
So there you go.
forbid I get
I know.
burned. Well, speaking of getting burned,
What are we reading today?
I would love to burn sweetly your brains and have an imprint of an absolutely amazing combination, the Tao and
Uh-oh.
Alan Watts. Please
Sure.
burn that name into your minds. The Waterous Way. So I haven't read it yet, but I mean, come on. The Tao, which is the most commonsensical book of all, and Alan Watts. Who doesn't love Alan Watts? Another lovely commonsensical wonder.
Wow.
So,
I've-
well, there's
I-
even
no, I-
sections that you won't be able to read.
So are you going to be able to read the book?
Well, I mean, most of it is in English.
Okay.
Who is this
Is
Alan Watts, by the way?
I'm
I've
sorry?
never heard of him. Who is Alan Watts? I've never
You
heard
have
of him.
never heard of Alan Watts, David?
No.
Well, he was British, so you should. He's
Well,
definitely.
that's not. That's
He's a
not
very
his fault.
close neighbor of yours. So he lived in. Let me see here. When did he live?
Is he dead?
He's a philosopher of
Is he
modern
dead?
times, and he did a lot of
He will be after this
a
show.
lot of speeches and had many. I'm sorry.
No.
Are you making fun of me?
Are you reading from the Book of Tao from Alan Watts?
No. What do you mean?
Oh, you're just showing us the book.
No, I'm showing you the book, like a wonderful book to read. It's.
Oh, okay. We thought you were
You-
going to give us words of wisdom from it. We're sorry.
I mean, I
Yeah.
can probably pull something.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, but the words
I
of
pulled
wisdom
something.
is why don't I Google Alan Watts, because I've no idea who he is. I suppose his mother knows who he is and his father, so that's a plus
Yes.
point.
Maybe his
And
kids.
And he
know.
lives. He comes from the land of my fathers, so that's another plus point. And
There
he's
you go.
probably Church of England as well. So
Oh,
hey,
You
you're all
should-
going. You're all going to heaven. Congratulations.
that's right.
So-
Thank you, Stephen.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
Yeah.
So,
Betting on it.
it's
So
okay.
they told
Noosh.
He's really no. I'll have to decipher that book, but no, you okay? After the show, if you have time, I'm gonna send you a link, and
Okay.
he's absolutely wonderful. Steven, do you know him?
I think I might have heard of him, but I'm gonna wait until I see the link.
Stephen, that's
I might
such
have.
a
I
dead
might
line.
have.
crazy right now.
I might have. I don't know. And that's. I mean, like the name sounds familiar, but it could be 8,000
Can I
things. But I don't.
Can
I
I
don't
say
know if
that?
Alan
then?
Watson Cow. Yeah, sure. Why not? You're from Britain. You
Can
can say it.
Can I say that I've kind of might have heard of it? And,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
you know,
But
yeah,
I mean, but I
might
don't think
have heard of
it's.
it somewhere.
I think it's a different Alan Watts I heard of. I think the Alan Watts I
Oh,
bumped into
him?
is that.
Oh, you mean-
that
Yeah, oh,
guy?
him.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
the
the
guy we had dinner with that night.
philosopher.
Yeah, sure.
you told me about him. And
That guy,
he's
sure.
He's the guy that everybody says to him, "Did you write that book?"
That's right. He goes, no, I didn't write the book. It's just like the Tao of Pooh, which
Yeah.
is my favorite Tao book of all times. It's somewhere on a bookshelf behind me,
Oh,
but
that's right.
I
You
love the
mentioned
Tao
that. I
Pooh.
keep forgetting.
Is that a book about excrement then?
No, that is a book by Winnie the Pooh.
Oh,
It's the Tao of Pooh is one of the best Tao books out there because it just makes you smile reading the whole thing.
Exactly.
So
You
and
read it
and
to
there's the
kids
ta- and
they'll
there's the
understand.
Tao of Eeyore and there's the Tao of Rabbit and there's the Tao of this, but the Tao of Pooh,
yeah,
the perfect book.
I like
yeah.
Winnie.
I suffer from that as well in the mornings, but
Could be.
Oh, yeah. All right. On
I
that
don't-
little
I don't-
intermission, you guys, do you know what is coming?
Wait a minute. Is this our favorite book of misinformation?
yeah.
I love this guy.
Awesomeness. Look at this.
You need to send me Bernard's email or contact. I'm going to reach out to him and go, Bernard, we need you on the show because we need
him
to
on
interview you.
air. I am his biggest fan.
We know you are.
He
Yes.
may even be dead, so as far as we know.
Oh no, my
so.
God! Can you imagine? Every time I want to meet a person, they're dead.
Uh-oh.
hope
Don't
not.
want to
Yeah.
meet. Then you don't want to meet us.
No, I mean, exactly. That's why we should just keep it like this on Zoom. Let's see.
Yeah.
Bernard Weber. No, he's not dead. Let's see.
All right. Where is he? He probably
He's
lives in
61.
Schenectady.
He
Oh,
was born in 1961 and he's 61 now. So he's good.
he's
good.
alive. All
He's
right.
totally alive.
Well, we have to get a hold of him and see if he wants to come on the show. So you can read one of his things, like the salmon, and he can tell us
The
all
Lake of
about it.
Love.
Yeah, the Lake of Love.
Oh, wouldn't that be lovely?
Ah.
Lovely. All right, but so we're gonna start with abracadabra.
Ooh.
All right. The magical formula abracadabra signifies that's for you, Stephen, in Hebrew.
Okay.
Que cela se passe comme il est dit. May it realizes itself as it is said. Because when you say things become alive. During the Middle Age, we were using it as an incantation to heal fevers. The expression was then taken back by the prestidigitators, well, I mean magicians, I guess, saying that formula at the end of their bit so that the spectator will then find out the really cool magic trick that they were doing.
Mhm.
This phrase, ce n'est pas cependant aussi anodine qu'il paraît, is not that anodine. How would you say anodine in English that I'm losing lately? Well, it's not such a small thing as it seems from the first go. You need to write down the formula in a way that it constitutes 9 letters. And in Hebrew, there's no vowels, which will be HBR, HCD, BRH. On 9 layers in such a way so that they will progressively go all the way to the letter H, Aleph. So anyway, so you write it down like he shows on the book, like how they write it down in lines here. You can see it for yourself. That little
very
triangle
nice.
right there.
You don't
And
see that
then,
every day.
so this disposition is made in such a way to receive the most amount of energies from the sky and then bring it to the humans on Earth. You need to imagine this talisman as funnel in which the spiral dance of the letter will constitute the formula abracadabra, which will defurl in a swirly vortex. Il happe et centre en son extrémité les forces de l'espace-temps supérieur. So he contains at its center of its extremity the forces of a superior spatial time force. I love you guys too.
You're doing great. Keep it going. We love you.
That's it. It's the end of the story.
This is gonna be awesome.
Abracadabra. Oh man. All right. Okay, I have 2 more of those.
I bet you do.
Oh my god, this is the best one. I
Okay.
think I'm gonna end on this one. Difference of the perception. Okay, so all right, let's do the difference.
Noosh, is this going to be in English or in French?
So
For all your fans.
So for my fans, I'm gonna keep the last one in French, and this one I'm gonna make it. I mean, I don't know. You pick. Should I do both in French? That'll be so easy.
I think you do French because at this point I don't think your English is working too well.
Please understand the English version anyway. So all right.
We need a little bit of abracadabra to understand your English. But,
I know. I don't know what's happening. All right.
Oh, you're just turning into Noosh. So
I know. Well,
we love you.
The last few days, something's happening to my English. I'm extending words by 2 or 3 syllables. You know, it's not good. I might just end up doing the whole show in French at some point.
That's awesome. We're all on that day. You guys will do a great show. We'll just sit here and look pretty.
We don't understand what you're saying in English, so in French won't make any difference.
Well, listen, I'll go back to my roots then. What the heck?
There you go.
All right, différence de perception. On perçoit du monde Oh là là.
Oh, sorry.
Oh
Ouh là
la
là.
la. Oh la la.
On ne perçoit du monde. Oh, this is good. On ne perçoit du monde
Oh,
que
yeah.
ce que l'on est préparé à en percevoir. Pour une expérience de physiologie, des chats ont été enfermés dès leur naissance dans une petite pièce tapissée de motifs verticaux. Passé l'âge de formation du cerveau, ces chats ont été retirés de ces pièces et placés dans des boîtes tapissées de lignes horizontales. Ces lignes indiquaient l'emplacement de caches de nourriture ou de trappes de sortie. Mais aucun des chats éduqués dans les pièces aux motifs verticaux ne parvint à se nourrir ou à sortir. Waouh! Leur éducation avait limité leur perception aux événements verticaux. Nous fonctionnons avec ces mêmes limitations de la perception. Nous ne savons plus appréhender certains événements car nous avons été parfaitement conditionnés à percevoir les choses d'une certaine manière et pas d'une autre. All right, I can translate that in English. It's very, very logical.
Oh God, we're screwed.
No, but okay, difference of perception. So we're only able to perceive in the world things that we learned to perceive. So they
Okay.
did an experiment with cats where they grew cats where all the walls had vertical lines on it, and in those walls they were camouflage traps of food and exits. And then after they grew, when their brains was fully developed, then they put them in rooms with horizontal lines. They could not find any exit or any food. So just like us, we function with the same limitation of perception. We do not know how to apprehend certain events because we have been perfectly conditioned to perceive ways in a certain way and not in the other. So that's very good for America right now. Ha ha! On that
There
note,
you
this
go.
will be my only political comment of the day.
Thank you very little.
And now I will end with my favorite one, which I'll have to translate too because I know it by heart. And it's about le baiser, the kiss. Parfois, and if you knew how to speak French, Stephen, that would have been a great comment for you right there.
Yes, I got
it.
it.
Parfois, on me demande ce que l'homme a copié chez la fourmi. Le baiser sur la bouche. On a longtemps cru que les Romains de l'Antiquité avaient inventé le baiser sur la bouche plusieurs centaines d'années avant notre ère. En fait, ils se sont contentés d'observer les insectes. Ils ont compris que lorsqu'elles se touchaient les labiales, les fourmis produisaient un acte généreux qui consolidait leur société. Ils n'en ont jamais saisi la signification complète, mais ils se sont dit qu'il fallait reproduire cet attouchement pour retrouver la cohésion des fourmilières. You're gonna love this. Embrasser sur la bouche, c'est mimer une trophalaxie. Mais dans la vraie trophalaxie, il y a régurgitation du jabot social et donc de la nourriture, alors que dans le baiser humain, il n'y a qu'un vague échange de salive. All right. So sometimes we ask me what the men copied among ants, the little insects.
Mhm.
The kiss on the mouth is one of
Ooh.
them. For a long time, we believed that the Romans of antiquity invented the kiss on the mouth many centuries before our era. But actually, they only contented themselves to observe those insects. They understood that when they were touching their labials, ants were making a generous act that was consolidating. That's not an English word. Well, making the society be together. Great English right there. They never understood their full signification, but then they thought to themselves that they should reproduce this touch to find the same cohesion that ant cities have. I mean, how do you call an ant city?
And
An
city?
anthology?
A colony. It's called a
colony.
colony.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're very
So
low.
the kissing on the mouth, kissing ourselves in the mouth is miming a trophalaxy. So trophalaxy, if it's an English word as well, is the regurgitation of the social act of giving food among ants. Whereas in the human kiss, there's only a vague exchange of saliva. So there you go for the ends.
That was beauty. Poor Noosh. She's out of it today. By the way, I did look up your author Bernard Weber. I sent you his link.
Bernard Weber. God.
Listen,
Yeah, but
Bernie. I looked up.
Bernie Weber.
I looked up Bernie,
Hey,
and I read
Bernie
his
Weber.
bio. And just the pictures of him as a small child. This guy is interesting, and he has an agent, and there's no way to contact him. So, Bernie, if you're listening to the show, reach
See,
out, and
Yeah.
you'll come for an interview.
Well,
So
I'm going to manifest
Send me the
him.
details, Stephen. You know me. I can find people.
I already sent them. It's already on our group thing. So there, Bernie is
Okay.
there. So you guys can try.
Great.
I found
Oh
his
my
agent,
goodness, that
and
would be,
I found his site, and it also says that if we use anything from his book, we have to ask for permission. So I was like, yeah, that's not happening. So that's number one, and number two,
Yeah.
I was like,
Too late.
oh, you have an agent in France, of course. So it'd be like, oh bonjour, oh comme c'est, I like a papou, a papou, a papa, like yeah, the papou. Just come on the
Good
show.
one.
So yeah, so Bernardi or whatever your name is.
Bernard, notre
He's
amour.
bald. He's a bald little guy too, like most French people. He's a bald little French guy.
Is he?
He probably eats a lot of baguettes. Yeah, so it could be interesting if he comes on the show and he can explain why he wrote these books. And if he
Oh, that would be amazing. And look what I open on the book just for that.
Look,
It
you
would be amazing that we will have him on the show. And the page is Tentez votre chance souvent, encore et encore et encore et encore et encore et encore, which means
there you go.
take a chance often, again and again and again and again.
Right.
So we will try to
There may
find
be a Pandora's box,
Bernard.
though, Stephen. If we'll get him on the show, and he'll say, "Well, I'll just have a quick shifty about what you guys are up to." I think, okay,
Yeah.
you know,
That'll be amazing to have him on the show.
ka-ching, 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 ka-ching.
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
I'm gonna
What
listen.
happened?
I played Sherlock Holmes. I got you his information. You guys figure out however you want to get him on the show.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. I did the heavy lifting. Now the rest is easy. I tracked him down
Well,
for you. The 61-year-old little French guy who is all wrong about salmon's meat and
Look
about
at
the
this. Okay, I
Indians
have
and
more
everything
things
else.
for you. So
Okay.
here's a great little activity to start the month of, well, March depends on where you are. But
Okay.
here, marcher pieds nus sur un gazon encore empli de rosée un matin d'été. Okay, that says it's for the summer. Okay, so we'll do that in the summer. Faites la course à quatre pattes. Avec qui? In English, that would be such an easy sentence. Let me see. Can I do
If
it?
you knew English, it
Come
would be
on,
great.
Luigi. Go do a race
Yeah.
on all fours, but with who?
Ooh, nice. I'm going to be
There
at
you go.
Hilda's House of Pain later. I'm going to use that. So thank you. So if I have to pay extra. So listen, everyone has to have a hobby. It's okay.
Exactly. People don't. I feel that people don't have enough hobbies of my generation, especially in tech.
In my generation, we have lots of hobbies. We have the Scotch and cigar hobby. We have Hilda's House of Pain hobby. And
I don't
then
know
we
if that's considered a hobby. You need to look at Webster, the definition of hobby again.
which one? Hilda's House of Pain or the Scotch and cigars?
I mean, no, yeah, the latter. House of
When
Pain
I was
is
at the
fine.
dentist on Thursday, and
Yes.
they were doing whatever they had to do to my mouth, I literally told the hygienist, I said, listen, if this doesn't work out for you, Hilda's House of Pain is hiring. You
Well, there
have
you
a
go.
job. There you go.
When there's
So-
a will, there's a way.
Well,
That's what I told her. So, and then Will came in. He was the dentist. So anyway, Noosh, we love you. And next
love-
week, we're
oh,
very
I
excited.
believe-
Hopefully you
Do you hear what I said? I said, we love you too. See, all my schizos are out today.
Wow,
I can't wait to
that's-
meet them all.
this is going to be awesome. In fact, next week, as far as I know, Noosh is going to be on Roll's show. What's it called? Vaguely True. So
Vaguely true.
Vaguely True. You're going to be on, and
And
so that's going to be
approximately
interesting.
awesome.
Yes.
yeah,
So you'll be on that?
mostly true. So that was a pretty vague clue for mostly true.
Yeah, there you go. But mostly true. But you'll be on that show because they're going to speak French, and it's going to be like we're just going to sit there
Yes.
and enjoy that.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll
I'll
get
interrupt all of you
we'll
in
get a
French.
couple of baguettes in and some coffee, and
There you go.
Get
Be
back.
very nice.
Speaking of baguettes, so my
Yeah.
place, I don't know if they have Wi-Fi, but we will do an interview at my new bakery, which bakes the most awesome breakfast ever. So
Cool.
we
We're
might
looking
have a
forward to that.
session there and have breakfast together.
Nice. Very, very.
With
Let
a
us know.
coffee.
And I'll have breakfast here. I'll have a scotch with you while you're doing it.
Love it.
'Cause
Love
that's a
it.
good breakfast. That's the
Might
breakfast of
have a hot
champions.
toddy.
Cool. I was gonna have a hot toddy, then my wife said, no, you're not allowed to because she's 18. I was like, all right, listen, it is what it is. So it all
But
worked
you
out.
can, 18. You can start
Hey.
drinking at 16, right?
No. In
No.
America, it's 21.
No, but that's why you
Yeah.
guys are cuckoo in the head. That's too late.
When in
That,
my
that's reverse
generation,
psychology. If you forbid something for that long, especially when all your hormones go up, of course they're gonna get completely wasted until they have, their reason back around their 20s.
well, see, when I was growing up, the drinking age was 18, and we all started drinking like 15, 16. And then somewhere in my mid to late 20s, they changed it from 18 to 21. Because
Why?
I don't think we stopped. Because they want people to be more responsible. But
Yeah,
what I
but they're
did
not
find,
anyway.
but here's
When you
but here's
forbid
what's
things,
interesting.
people do it more, like this
but-
like basic psychology, and that's
But here's what's
completely
interesting.
stupid.
If you're in the military, whether you're 17, 18, 19, or 20, you're legally allowed to drink because you're in the military.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my God, you see,
crazy
the
stuff.
more and more I hear news about things, like the less and less anything makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, it's
welcome.
strange because the year that I was 16, turned 16, they changed the law from 16 to 18 to drink.
Oh, that's during the
So
French
that was-
Revolution, wasn't it? Napoleon was around
Yeah.
back then. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah.
No. You remember Napoleon? Noosh,
I
right?
do.
Okay. He was a short little
Yeah.
guy. He was about yay tall.
Just
Yeah.
like
Well,
Bernard.
he wasn't. Yeah. Well, he wasn't that small actually. It was one of those propaganda things, but that's another
I
story.
know. Yeah,
Really?
I
Yeah.
know. 7'3".
What? No. Second moment of my blondness of the day. It's so early.
Yeah, I know.
I have all
We're just
day.
trying to we're just trying to make your day. Well, once again,
right.
thank you so much.
My
Noosh will be
darling.
back next Friday.
We
And
will be
everybody, thank you for
back.
liking. Remember, if you like the show, subscribe and like. If you don't like it, keep your mouth shut. As Mel Brooks would say. But yes, subscribe and like, and tell your friends. And she will be here next Friday. And everybody have a wonderful week.
Bye.